Y'all, I'm pumped. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this week I kind of hit you hard with the questions. So these two questions this week were, what do you need more of in your life? And what do you need to let go of in your life? The harder question is, what do you need to let go of? And that's the one that I'm going to kind of focus on in this video. I had a coming to Jesus moment because of this question. About a year ago, I was going through a lot of times of just straight up anxiety, and I had no idea what it was. I was nervous all the time. I knew that there was something missing, and I knew that there were things in me that I was like guilty for, but I literally couldn't put my finger on it. Like, I had no idea what was going on. I was in this relationship, and honestly, surface level, it was a fantastic relationship. We literally like never fought. Like, he was very respectful of me, and honestly, he treated me like a princess. But for some reason, I was just like going nuts. Like, seriously, that's the only way that I can explain it. Like, I just felt like something in my heart, and it like made me nervous, and even to the point where like I was so unsteady that he started like going through a similar thing where his heart was so unsteady, and through this for like a year trying to figure out what it was. And at the end of this year, I found this question. I was just scrolling through Pinterest, you know, as you do, but like I came across this question, and it was like, what do you need to let go of? And I knew, because I was real with myself. I took this question to heart. And even if you're not in this like low point, asking yourself this question can do you only good, literally only good, but you have to let it go deeper than just the surface. So get to this question, and I knew exactly what it was. I knew that it was the relationship. I was like shooketh. Like, I did not know what was going on in my heart, but I couldn't live with it. Literally, I couldn't live with it. I was so anxious. I was so like sad. I cried all the time. I was the bad guy, basically, because I was fighting with myself and I was dragging him through it, you know? Through this question, we both realized that this wasn't the right thing to be doing. We weren't supposed to stay in this relationship. So we broke it off. A couple months go by, and I like really just like tried to dig and find whatever like would fix what was going on in my heart. I was just busy trying to like fill my time with friends, trying to fill my time by working and all this stuff. Like, I came across this sermon about relationships because this was the thing that was hitting me right at that moment. And basically, like, what it started with was, are you whole? And I was like, what the heck does that mean? I was missing so much inside, even during this relationship. He accepted me for what I was, even though I was being really like parasitic to him, honestly. Like, and he was giving me all these things, and I was receiving them, but there was still something so deep in me that wasn't being filled, and I was so sad. I was so anxious, and I didn't have any peace. And basically what happened was I realized that I wasn't whole because I knew that there was something more out there. I had been raised up in a Christian home, and honestly, like, we went to church and stuff, but I never ever took it to heart. Like, I literally, like, it was painful to go to church. Like, I would actively like do things that were like against the rules, and because of this I was like, no, I don't belong there. Literally, I can't go there. I watched this video, and it was like, God is there to completely complete you. Like, the thing that I was missing was consistency. I figured out what I needed to let go of. And that led me to the point where I let go of it, and then I was empty. But the thing is, that other person was never, ever designed in the first place to complete you. That person for you is going to bring things into your life and bring these positive things. Yes. But the thing is, you have to be whole. Otherwise, you're going to take from the other person and try to fill up that hole. You're taking from them. Just imagine it. You're taking bits and parts of them, trying to fill in this hole that you have, and they're just whittling away because you literally can't get enough. Like, you're still going to be empty because there's only one thing that is constant. Even if you are in this amazing relationship, like, eventually it's gonna end. I know that's super dark, but like, it will end. It'll come to an end one way or another. And the only thing that gave me hope, even just a little bit of hope, was knowing that God was constant. So for me, that was my selling point, basically. Like, I realized that relationships are going to come and go. Money is going to come and go. This life is going to come and go. And if we don't have something to hold on to, we're getting torn back and forth, back and forth. And we can say, oh, I'm the constant factor. But the thing is, your emotions aren't constant. Your feelings aren't constant. Your thoughts aren't constant. Your dreams aren't constant. Your health isn't constant. So if you don't have something to hold on to in life, you're going to go all over the place. You're going to be thrown back and forth. And for me, knowing that there was someone out there that loved me enough to be constant with me through the entire thing was the craziest thing. And the thing is, like, I was so scared of God for a really long time because I was like, no, I'm doing stuff wrong and I don't want to give that up. Like, why should I give up having a good relationship? Why should I give up my time to go to church and like try to hold myself to these standards that I know that I can't hold myself to? God is a God of love. And it's such a freeing thing to know that there is someone who loves you no matter what you do, no matter what you've done, no matter what you will do. Literally, he's going to love you through it all. And that's all God is. Yes, he's a God of justice. He is. But he has eternal life for us, and he has the best intention for us. I think the freeing thing was knowing that he loved me despite all these things. Also just knowing that he wasn't there just to condemn me. Like, that he didn't put me on the earth to put me through suffering. He put me on this earth so that I could learn how to love him. But I did. I fell in love, you know? I fell in love, which is crazy. There's a grace out there that's going to forgive you, and you don't have to live by anyone else's standards. Don't you know, like, if he was intelligent enough to create us, that he would know us inside and out. He would know our desires. He would know our inner battles. He knows that you're going to mess up. And the thing is, he gives us unlimited grace. And that's why I call this never-ending beginnings, because we can start over every single day thanks to the grace of God. But we can also just embrace a constant thing. See, I think of God a lot of times as this legalistic guy. If you don't do this, you messed up and you go back. And even though I know that he is a God of love, so many times I think that I did this wrong, because that's what society is programming us to do. If you do something wrong, you set yourself off track, and look where you're going now. One of my favorite things that I've ever heard is God is like a GPS. So when you take a wrong turn, if you turn too early, if you turn too late, all it does is say, rerouting. In like a super sweet voice. It doesn't say, oh my God, you missed the turn. Like, it's literally, guys, I'm too extra. My answer to what I need to let go of right now is that I have to be perfect in order to please God. That's something I have to let go of. That's a mindset I have to let go of. But maybe for you guys, it's the comparison. You have to let go of complaining. Whatever it is, you have something right now that you need to give up. Especially if you're not feeling this joy, you know? I know that there's always something that I have to be giving up. But what I'm going to say, long term, the answer to this question, for me, consider it for yourself. Stop putting your hope in things that are inconsistent. You have to let go of that. The thing that I always need more of in my life is the constant thing. So I always need more of God. And there are so many ways to do that. Just think of it this way. You're going through life anyway, either way, right? And you can either let the wins and the punches and the blows take you out, swing you back and forth, and you can stay on the ground if you want. Literally, if you're not lazy, sure, do it. No one's stopping you. But there is joy in knowing that there's something constant that you can hold on to. And you can hold on to it until the end, because it's always going to be there. So that is the question that changed my life, basically my testimony. And yeah, I want to see your responses. Guys, I know it's kind of embarrassing to like put your heart out there and like knowing that people could see if you type in the answers. But the thing is that there are so many people that are going through similar things. And honestly, knowing that we're in it together is such an empowering thing. So, guys, I'm so glad that you're watching, but take these questions to heart. You never know what's going to come out of it. That's the scary thing. But honestly, it's almost always for the better. Yeah, it almost always is. Know that your God is a God of grace, is a God of love. So rest in that. Okay, I love you guys.